78. Yeah. All right. All right. Hello and welcome to another edition of New Jersey Nationals baseball. And yes, we are live here on YouTube. I'm going to cover my eyes so you don't have to see the big difference in sunburn. I was sitting out earlier outside in Shrewsbury, but right here we got a nice little press box here at Bryant University. I'm going to flip this around so that you guys can see all the action on the field. So YouTube live channel, and then we're also still on our regular MixLR radio station. So if you're in the car, you can tune in and listen there. But this is the first game that's been simulcast on both platforms. So we're really excited to get going here. So we're gonna flip things around so you can see all the action on the, and then yeah, we'll be all set and ready to go for you guys. So here we go, getting rolling here. Hopefully this is a good enough camera angle for you guys. As Hell's Bells, a great AC/DC intro. You can't start off the game any better than that musically. The Nationals are going to be the away team here. They won their last game by a score of 8-0. Win for them as they lost their first game by a score of 11-5. That was all the way back on Thursday. So they shook all that rust off, and they're ready to go here against the Saratoga Lightning. It's going to be their third game. They moved into a +2 run differential, and they're 1-1 so far. So trying to continue to climb up the standings. They have to win Pool C. That's one of the 4 pools in this Boston Open tournament in order to advance to play on Monday for that bracket play. So stepping up first will be Joshua Miller. He's going to be the leadoff hitter for the Nationals. We'll give you the rest of their lineup in a second. As the starting pitcher here is going to be Burns for the Saratoga Lightning here in Smithfield, Rhode Island. So the first 3 batters are going to be Miller, Mastrangelo, and Rivera. As the number 14 wearing Burns seems like he's ready to go. Burns is ready. Miller's ready. Let's do it here in Smithfield, Rhode Island. And the first pitch, this one is in there on the outside corner for a strike to Miller. And the count is now 0-1. Miller last game, he had a pretty big game. He was 2 for 3. He had a run scored, and he also, on the one pass ball, so was able to knock in a couple of base hits there. One of them was an infield single. So here comes the pitch. This one is popped up high into left field, shallow left. Coming in on it is Parker, who puts him away for the first out of the inning. So 2 pitches, 1 out. How's there for Miller? I'm going to slide the camera over just a little bit so we're more centered. Of course, you can let me know if it doesn't look too well. We have Victoria looking on YouTube live below us to make sure that our camera angles are good to go and that our sound is good. So up next is going to be Michael Mastrangelo. Mastrangelo, it was 1 for 3 with an RBI, run scored, and a stolen base. And he takes this off-speed pitch in there on the outside corner for a strike, and the count's 0-1. Give you the defense for the Saratoga Lightning. It's going to be Parker in left, Hudson in center, Brems over in right field with Morrissey at third. And here now 1-1. Shortstop Teeter is the second baseman with 1-1 to Mastrangelo. It's going to be the third baseman, Justin Rivera. And the 1-2 pitch, this one bounces low as well. So the count now 2-2. Following Santiago Jimenez is going to be Anthony Sterone. He's the left fielder batting 6th. Batting 7th is the extra hitter Anthony Klitsch. Batting 7th is the second baseman Ben Friedman. This is going to be his first time to the plate so far this season as he's coming back from injury. Paul Conklin follows him in right field. And the final batter is going to be Julian Pastor, the designated hitter. And he's going to bat 10th for the starting pitcher Dante Ricci. As you saw there, Mastrangelo took that one upstairs, and the count now full 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the Nationals backstop. And the right-hander delivers. This one is popped up. It's looped over into center field. Ranging over is Hudson. And he puts Mastrangelo down for out number 2. So let's set up Justin Rivera, the third baseman. Rivera was another guy on this team with a big game. He was 2 for 2 with a pair of runs scored. He also stole a base. As he's looking to continue his at-bat streak, or plate appearance streak, rather, of getting on base. He reached all 3 times in the last game. And he delivers. This one is fouled back. And the count 0-1 to Rivera. Rivera, of course, in the 3 spot with the pink bat. Coming up with the open stance. But you guys can see all that because we're on video, so I don't have to be as descriptive. But trying to get some details in there for our radio listeners. As he delivers this off-speed pitch missed upstairs. Does it at 70 miles an hour. And the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. We have a radar gun below. It's just a little bit far, but I can see it from here. Might not be able to make out all the numbers in it. So it's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. This one misses away. It's in there at 75 miles an hour. And they count 2-1 to the Nationals' third baseman. Rivera set. And so is Burns. He delivers, and he gets him to cut on a miss at that one. That one's blown away. Took something off. And now the count even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As the first 2 Nationals that came to the plate both flew out. 1 to left field and 1 to center field. And he delivers the 2-2. This one misses low, and the count runs full 3-2. And here comes the payoff pitch. This one is swung on and grounded over to short. Dennis slides down, and here comes the throw, and he is safe. An infield single for Justin Rivera. Good hustle down the line. As Dennis just couldn't come up with it in time, and that'll send up Brian Dino. So Dino, as I mentioned before, had that 5-inning complete game shutout when he was about under 80 pitches. He struck out 7. As he pitched masterfully. He also had a great game at the plate. He was 1 for 2 with an RBI double. He scored a couple of runs and stole a base as well. So he comes up here with Rivera over at first. Dino is a big-time power hitter. This one misses, rather clips the plate, low and away for a strike, and the count 0-1. Sometimes I get a little bit ahead of myself. Got to wait for the umpire to make that call. And the 0-1 pitch on the way from the right-hander, and this one off speed misses below Dino's knees. And the count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. With Rivera over at first base. Rivera's pretty speedy, so he can be off and run a count. And the 1-1 pitch. This one misses low and away to the other batter's box. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. One 2-1 pitch on the way to Dino's. This one is grounded sharply through the hole on the left side. That's going to get through for a base hit. Rivera chops over to second, and it's another 2-out hit for the New Jersey Nationals, and that'll send up Santiago Jimenez here with a chance to do some damage. Jimenez was the offensive national of the game over at noon in Shrewsbury at St. John's High School. Jimenez was 2 for 2 with a pair of RBIs. He had a double and a triple. He also walked and stole a base. And if you're keeping score at home, he also fouled 2 pitches off that ended up hitting oncoming traffic. And he delivers. The off-speed pitch misses upstairs for a ball. And the count 1-0. You do not want to get behind on the count to Jimenez. He gets pretty aggressive towards the middle of the count and is always ready to take advantage of mistakes over the heart of the plate. Had a chance to do some damage here with 2 runners on the speedy Rivera over at second. As this one's in there at the knees. A good fastball there. And the count even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. After the first 2 Nationals flew out, back-to-back base hits by Justin Rivera and Brian Dino have him in business here with 2 away in the top of the first. So we're going to check on him over at second, the throw to keep him honest. And we'll do it all over again. In case you missed the right beginning of the broadcast, we're here at Bryant University at Countay Park, as this one is cut on a miss upstairs. Climb the ladder for that one. The count now 1-2. Or rather, it's Canady Park. That's it. So it's Canady Park here at Bryant University, here in Smithfield, Rhode Island. About 45 minutes away from where the last game was played over in Shrewsbury, so not too far of a drive. Here comes the 1-2. It's cut on a miss, and he gets Jimenez on the upstairs fastball and puts him away for the final out of the inning. So no runs on 2 hits, a pair left on base. And at the end of half an inning, it's a scoreless tie with the Saratoga Lightning coming. So Nationals will send out right-hander Dante Ricci. See what he can do here. Over the course of a couple games last month, he threw 7 consecutive innings across 3 different outings where he didn't allow a single hit. So see if he can try to replicate that success here in Rhode Island, as he'll face a Lightning lineup that has mustered a 1-1 record so far in this tournament here in Pool C. So the starting lineup here for the Saratoga Lightning is as follows. Parker is the leadoff batter in left field. In center field is Hudson. He bats second. Deshane is the extra hitter batting third, with Morrissey, the third baseman, cleaning it all up. Ott is the first baseman batting fifth. Burns, the starting pitcher, bats sixth. Following him is Teeter, the second baseman. Bremer, the right fielder, follows him up as Dennis, the number 9 batter, plays shortstop. And Jolie, the backstop, rounds out the order and bats 10th. We'll give you the Nationals defense as well. Steroni is over in left field with Joshua Miller in center and Paul Conklin in right field. I believe I gave you Conklin in there at the lineup before. Justin Rivera is at third base with Santiago Jimenez as a shortstop. We have Ben Friedman. We're welcoming him back during this series. He was out with injury. I believe somebody told him he's a hip flexor. So he's over there at second base. Playing first was last game's starting pitcher Brian Dino. Behind the plate, as always, is Michael Mastrangelo. And on the mound is going to be Dante Ricci. So as I mentioned in the last game, let's dive it into this game. The tablet that I usually keep all our stats on just completely blew out on me. So I don't have our full regular season stats, but I can give you what was done last game. And I feel like I know enough about these players to tell you a thing or two about them when they come up. Been here for a while now. We're here in July. I'd say it's the back half of the summer season. We got a couple tournaments left. One's going to be up in Hartford, and then another one is going to be down in Richmond, Virginia. That's going to be a fun one, spanning the course of 6 days. Of course, here focused on what's going on in this Boston tournament. So Brian Dino out there encouraging his fellow pitcher. As the left-hander Parker digs in, it looks like he's ready to go. So Parker's the leadoff hitter. He also made the first defensive out of the game over in left field, as he caught a high fly ball that was hit by Miller. And so the Dante Ricci fan club sitting below us here, already calling his name out. And here comes the first pitch from the right-hander, and that one is in there at the knees on the outside corner for a strike. And the count's 0-1. Ricci's bread and butter is just he doesn't throw extra hard. He just throws strikes on those corners. He stays low and away to both righties and lefties. As he bounces this one in the dirt, and the count even at 1-1. 1-1 strike to Ricci. Against Parker. Parker, the left-handed batter, and he deals this one, and he takes it the other way, but foul down the left side, and the count now 1-2 as Ricci jumps ahead. The Nationals had a great team bonding effort last night. As I actually headed out with them as well, along with Coach Bravetti. We went out to Fenway Park to watch the Red Sox-Dodgers games over at Fenway Park. It was my first time over at the historic stadium. As he deals the 1-2, misses inside, the count now 2-2. A lot of us left during that rain delay. It rained and it poured. It was kind of monsoonish out there. It wasn't even supposed to rain, but we got washed out. We saw the first 4 runs that the Sox scored, though. As this one is slapped right back to Ricci. A good play by him as he brings it over to first for the first out of the inning. So nice little 1-3, and that'll send up Hudson, the center fielder. I don't remember who stayed, but there was one player from the Nationals that did end up staying towards the end. They got to catch the Xander Bogaerts home run. That was later in the game. It was funny because half the team Red Sox fans, half the team, including myself and Coach Bravetti, Yankees fans. So it was a fun environment out there. A lot of trash talk going on. All in good fun, of course, as this one is fouled back and goes over the press box that I'm sitting in, the count 0-1. Ricci off to a good start here, throwing 6 pitches, 4 of them for strikes. So right-hander rocks and delivers. This one's off speed in there at the letters. Hudson doesn't like it, the count 0-2. Give you some dimensions here at County Park here, and Bryant 330 down both lines and 400 to straightaway center. As this one is hit to left center field, it's going to be a long run for Miller. It's over his head. Double for Hudson, with potentially the first one of the game 180 feet from home. So here comes Deshane. The number 3 hitter, the big left-handed batter with some power here for the Saratoga Lightning. Ricci takes a look over at second. Winds and fires. This one is in there for a strike. Gets out ahead of him. And the count 0-1. Ricci succeeds when he gets ahead of batters, so he's done that here. He also did it against Hudson as well, but results in a double. Left that third pitch over the plate as he delivers the 0-1. This one's low. Good block by Mastrangelo. A big secondary lead by Hudson, but he stays there in the count 1-1. So here comes the 1-1 pitch as Ricci completes his double take to second. This off-speed pitch is to Dino, and it takes an awkward hop. Goes over his glove in right field for a base hit. Rounding third and scoring is going to be Hudson, and it's an RBI single for Duchesne to put the Lightning up 1-0 in the bottom of the first. So at first off the play, but it took an awkward hop over his glove, and it results in the first run of the ballgame. So pardon me, as this one popped up into left field. Sterone is there, and he puts him away for out number 2. Sorry over my words there. There's 1 run has scored on 2 hits thus far this inning, and now there's 2 away, and the number 5 hitter, Ott, comes up. So more 2 outs left. That'll bring up Ott, the first baseman, batting from the right side. Ricci looks in, small leg kick, and delivers that off-speed pitch at 64 miles an hour. Clips the outside corner. Count 0-1, another first pitch strike. As this one bounces, Mastrangelo unable to block it, so it's going to be a pass ball that Duchesne advances on. And the count even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, or another runner in scoring position here. As this one is popped up foul. Dino's going to make a run for it, and it's going to go out of play. So the case. On second base as he delivers. This one is hit hard to left field. Sterone dives, but he can't come up with it. Duchesne's going to score easily as this one rolls all the way to the fence. Ott is going to round second, head over to third. The throw is not going to be a head on the screws. A good effort by Sterone to try to dive and make that play, but unable to do so as he missed that one by about 6 inches. And now a runner on third here with 2 away. So now a runner on third with 2 outs, and this first pitch is in there for a strike to Burns, the starting pitcher. Balls, 1 strike. He's a 6th batter that Ricci's faced this inning. He delivers, and this one misses low, below the zone. The count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ricci checks the runner over at third base. That's Ott. And he deals. This one is skied into right center field. Ranging over to make the play is Conklin, and that'll finally do it. But not before the damage is done. The Lightning score 2 runs on 3 consecutive base hits, leave 1 man on base, and at the end of 1, it's a 2-0 Lightning lead with the Nationals coming to bat. Results here, see what the Lightning have done so far, but phone doesn't want to load. Get that information to you as soon as we can. Here we go. So the Saratoga Lightning are actually in a dead tie with the Nationals, although the Nationals have fewer runs allowed. So the Nationals have allowed 11 runs and scored 13 of their own, while the Saratoga Lightning have allowed 17 and scored 19, both with a +2 run differential and 1-1 record. They're both just half a game behind the bases-loaded Bulldogs, so if either team can win this game, they can move up into the standings with a tie with the Evolution 3-2 16U squad. First place so far is the L&M baseball team. They're 2-0 with a plus 10 run differential. And right now, it's not looking good for the Middlesex Reds or the NJ Rising Rebels 2021 Red squad. As the Reds are 1-3 after their loss to the Nationals last game, and the NJ Rising Rebels 2012 Red are 0-2, but they have a minus 16 run differential, and they have not scored so far in their 2 games. So it'll be Burns here for a second inning of work. So he got himself into a bit of a jam with back-to-back 2-out base hits, but was able to get out of it by striking out Santiago Jimenez, one of the big Nationals batters. And now here comes one of the shorter Nationals hitters, but one that definitely packs a punch, as Anthony Cerrone is going to come up. So it looks like the defense is going to hold here for this Lightning squad. Not a lot of substitutions. They only have one bench player, at least only one that they told me about. It's number 67, Dilbala. But otherwise, everybody looks to be in their original spots. So not a lot of defensive rotation going on here, as you usually see more in the regular season games. So Stallone, I've been calling him Cerrone all season. I was just told today that his last name is Stallone, so want to get that right now. The left fielder for the Nationals, the number 6 batter, is going to lead off the top of the second with his team trailing 2-0. Here comes the first pitch from Burns, as this one is taken on the outside corner for a strike. Good fastball there. And the count now 0-1 to Cerrone. Cerrone at one point, as I mentioned last game, was leading the team in batting. He was hitting a little bit above 500, but then he got a wrist injury. He's back now for this tournament, but missed the last 2 weeks. As this one is popped up into left center field. Ranging over to make the play is Hudson, and that's going to be out number 1. So Hudson's already been busy. He's got 2 putouts in 2 innings. That'll bring up Anthony Klitsch. Klitsch, an extra hitter. Today in his Nationals order, he was playing first base in the last contest. So Nationals looking for their best to come alive here, as they did in the last 2 innings of game number 2, which was the first game today over in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. So Burns looks in for the signs. He's ready to go. And winds and delivers to Klitsch. This one misses up and away for a ball. And the count 1-0. Klitsch does see a lot of pitches off the plate. He draws his share of walks and usually able to work his way on base when there's nobody aboard and get those base hits when there's guys in scoring position. So the 1-0 pitch missed low, and the count now 2-0 to Klitsch. Waiting on deck is going to be Ben Friedman. If my information is correct, it's going to be his first time up this summer. So here comes the 2-0, and it swung on foul back over the netting. It actually hits the PA and ricochets back to the bleachers behind home plate. So that foul ball made a lot of noise. First it hit the bat, then it hit the speaker, then it hit the bleachers. So it's going to be a 2-1 now to Klitsch after all that. And the next pitch here comes from the right-hander. And he deals. This one is grounded weakly over to short. Kyra Dennis fires over to first and easily retires Klitsch for the second out. Klitsch out on the 6-3, and that'll bring up Ben Friedman. Friedman with the Mercedes-Benz white helmet, as it looks like something you would see over one of those luxury vehicles painted, but it is officially an Easton helmet, as I doubt Mercedes-Benz dabbles in baseball equipment. So there's 2 outs here in the top of the second. Oh, my goodness. As that one misses upstairs in the count 1-0. Top 2, 2-0 Saratoga Lightning lead over the 16U National squad, as they're trying to get their first runs on the board. They got 2 hits with 2 outs last inning. We'll see if they can do it again, as this one is tapped in front of the plate, but it went off of Friedman's body. So the count now even at 1-1. One ball, one strike to the right-hander Friedman. Once again, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in here today, both on our New Jersey Nationals Baseball YouTube live channel and, of course, on mixlr.com/New Jersey Nationals Baseball. This is the first game simulcast on both platforms, so we thank you for joining us, as this one travels about 55 feet and misses low for a ball to count 2-1. Two balls, one strike with two outs here. Friedman, the 8th batter in the Nationals order, as this one is looped over. Looks like it might be able to drop in, but no. Hudson able to range over to his left in time, or rather our left, to make the play. So no runs on no hits. Nobody left on base as the Nationals retired in order. And 1.5, it's still a 2-0 Lightning lead with Saratoga coming to bat. Dante Ricci heads back to the mound, getting ready for his second inning of work, trying to bounce back after a little bit of a bumpy first inning. He allowed 2 runs on 3 hits. 2 of them were for extra bases that came through. He's shown some good control. A lot of pitches over the plate, not erratic in any sense, but laying a few, just a little too much plate they're catching. But he'll have an opportunity to try to navigate through the bottom part of this Lightning order, so we'll see if he can get some quick outs there. It's going to be Teeter, the second baseman, Bremer, the right fielder, and Dennis, the shortstop. It's going to be the 7, 8, and 9 batters of their 10-batter lineup. And, man, we can't seem to get away from the song Seven Nation Army. It seems like it's played at every sporting event since it was first released by the White Stripes. And Ricci taking his final warm-up toss. The throw for Mastrangelo is a dime right over there to Friedman, as we're getting ready to start the bottom of the second. So the Lightning looking to tack on, and the Nationals looking to hold it at 2-0. Here comes Teeter, left-handed batter, starting at second base today for the Lightning. So it looks like we are all set and ready to go here. Ricci is locked in, ready for it. A battle of the number 4s here as he delivers. This one is in there on the outside corner. A great pitch against the lefty. And the count now 0-1 as he jumps ahead. And he delivers. This one off speed, bounces over to Dino. This time he's able to read that hop, and he takes that one unassisted for the first out of the inning. So 2 pitches, 1 out there as he gets the ground ball that he needed. And it's out number 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. That'll bring up Bremer. Bremer bats from the right side against the right-hander Ricci. And I don't have a way to confirm it, but I believe, as this one missed away, I think that might be the first opening pitch of an at-bat that has not been a strike out of the hands of Ricci, as he falls behind here 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to the right-hander, and he deals. This one catches the plate. He moves it 2 inches over, hits the black there, and the count now 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, as this one misses outside for a ball, and he falls behind 2-1. DeLitta is taken over in left field for Conklin, or right field, rather, for Conklin. So they're going to be rotating through on defense. Here comes the 2-1. This one is chopped over as Ricci's got a range over. He flips it to first and puts him away for out number 2. So 2 batters, 2 ground outs. And here comes Dennis, the shortstop, with 2 away. Dennis made a nice play in the last inning to get the out and also let one get through his glove on the side for a base hit over on the left side. Here comes Ricci delivering the first pitch of the at-bat, and this one misses away for a ball and count 1-0. Dennis, a right-handed batter. Taking in. Looming on deck is Jolie, the catcher. So he has his gear on with 2 outs. And this one is tapped over the head of Friedman and in there for a base hit. So Joey's going to have to take those shin guards off as Carradine is able to tap a 1-out, or rather a 2-out base hit and send the number 10 batter up to the plate. As a nice little breeze pushes in here. We'll take anything we can get. It's 85 degrees, and it is not much cooler in here in the press box. So Jolie tried to flip the bat back over to the on-deck batter, Parker, but that bat only traveled about 3 feet. So on-deck batter's got to go over a walk and get it anyway. So here comes Jolie. He's up with 2 outs and runner on first base. And Ricci with the small kick delivers, and that one's in there over the heart of the plate for a strike. Jumps ahead 0-1. The Nationals again trying to move up to 2-1 in this Boston Open tournament, but they're trailing 2-0 so far in this game, but they want to capitalize on that 8-0 win. As this one is lined into left, dunks it in front of Cerrone for a base hit. So back-to-back singles into the outfield as the lineup flips over, and the Lightning are in business here with the runner in scoring position and 2 away. Carradine moves over to second as a 2-out base hit, and here comes Parker. Parker grounded out to Ricci in the first inning for an easy 1-3. His left-hander stands tall, and Ricci delivers off-speed pitch in there at the knees for a strike, and the count 0-1. Ricci doing a good job mixing his pitches in. Not afraid to throw that off-speed pitch to open up an at-bat. No balls, 1 strike with 2 away. And a pair of men on base as Parker calls time and heads back over out of the box. This game started a little late, as the game before also started late, so still the hour and 45-minute time limit, as we were informed because of all the rainouts yesterday. Try to move these games along. And picks it up. He's going to fire it over to second. The relay throw over to third is not in time. And that's going to be an RBI single, a tough bounce for the Nationals. And the Lightning now leading 3-0. So if you're Friedman, not much you could do there. Carradine moves over to third, or rather, Carradine scores on that one, and Jolie moving from first to third. It looked like it was going to be the final out of the inning. But instead, it's just another RBI hit. And now it's 3-0 here with 2 outs. So that'll bring up Hudson. Hudson got things going. Started that first inning rally with a double. He also doubles deep in the gap to left center. So Ricci hopefully trying to live away from him. As the runner breaks from first, Mastrangelo blocks it. No throws. He got a terrific jump, so he falls behind 1-0. And now there's 2 men in scoring position with 2 out. And here comes the 1-0 pitch out of Ricci's hands. In there on the strike for an inside corner. Oh, boy. In there for a strike on the inside corner. Messed up my prepositions. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the right-hander delivers off speed. It started way inside, but broke, but not enough. And falls behind 2-1. Hudson, a strong right-handed batter, with a big opportunity to bust this game wide open. His team already leading 3-0. Could make it 5-0 with 1 swing of the bat. As this one is chopped over to third. Rivera's going to play it on the hop. He's got to throw it hard to catch the speedy runner, and it's not in time as Gino jumped off the bag. So an RBI infield single, and it's a 4-0 Lightning lead. So Parker goes from second to third on the play as Jolie scores, and Hudson's got himself an RBI base hit. As Lightning pulling away here so far in this inning. There's over the first 9 time. And he delivers. This one is in there for a strike on the outside corner. As he gets one over the plate to the number 3 hitter. As this one is slapped through for a base hit, another run's going to come in. So big hit for Deshane. Picks up his second RBI. The throw over to third is not in time. It's another RBI single off the bat of Deshane, and it's now a 5-0 ball game as Parker scores. So Parker now in, Hudson over to third base. So again, runners on the corners here with 2 away. As Ricci looks like he's going to coast through the second, retiring the first 2 batters. And the right-hander deals. This one's in there for a strike. And the count 0-1. This one is popped up sky high. Over to the left side of Cerrone, and it drops down. So the runners that were off and going able to score on that one. It's another RBI single. And this game's getting out of hand here. So Hudson comes in to score. Deshane moves over to third on that pop-up. As Morrissey drives in a run, he was 0 for 1. Now he's 1 for 1. And Coach Gibbs going out to talk to his right-hander. So here comes Ott, who drove in a run with a triple in the first inning. Another chance to do damage here. As Ricci kicks and fires. This one misses low and away. Good block by Mastrangelo. Probably saved another run. And the count now 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes with 2 away. Runners on the corners. As Ricci fires this one, misses low again and falls behind 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. With Burns waiting on deck. Burns was the final out of inning number 1. So if he comes to bat, they will have sent 10 men to the plate. Ricci peeks over at the runner at first base. Slide step delivers, and this one in there for a strike at Denise. And again, now 2 balls and 1 strike. It feels like it got like 5 degrees hotter since the game started. Can't even imagine what it feels like down on the field. Here comes the 2-1, way inside of the off-speed pitch. As he missed there, that was at 65 miles an hour, and the count now 2-2. And he delivers. Swung on, and this one is slapped into the gap in right center field. That's going to dunk in for a base hit. Deshane can walk home. It's the 5th run this inning and the 7th run of the contest as Saratoga has a big lead here, and they're pouring it on in the second. So Ott earns himself his second run batted in. So Morrissey goes from first to third. One thing that can't be understated, so besides all the hits, it's been a lot of great base running from this team. A lot of first to third moves that have given them these RBI opportunities. Burns comes up as he flew out to right his last chance up. That one's in there for a strike on the outside corner. And it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to the opposing pitcher. As he delivers, this one is off the plate for a ball. And the count now even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Burns tries to help himself here, tries to extend his team's 7-0 lead. As Ricci delivers this one at the knees as well, and the count now 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ricci with the chance to get out of this inning. This one is dribble over to second. Should be an easy play for Friedman. Fires over to first and retires him for the final out of the inning. But the damage is certainly done here as 5 runs come in on, let's count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight hits. And 2 men are left aboard. At the end of 2, it's a 7-0 Lightning lead with the Nationals coming to bat, and they got to start scoring. And the thing with that inning, it was just all singles. It was single after single after single. With the big one coming from off the 9 batter, Dennis, and he did not get any runs. But the reason it was big is because there were 2 outs, and he just hit when it looked like it was going to be the final out of the inning, but it bounced high over the glove of Friedman, actually off the glove of him, and into the outfield. That got the rally going. So after getting 2 quick outs, Ricci surrendered 7 consecutive base hits that ended up bringing in 5 runs before retiring the pitcher Burns. Now the Nationals will have their 9, 10, and 1 batters to try to climb back in. So the 7-0 lead will carry over into the top of the 3rd. Conklin, Pastor, and Miller all coming up for the Nationals. The Nationals have a pair of base hits of their own, but they're going to have to string together some more here to try to scratch and claw their way back in this one. This one is popped up off the bat of Conklin, and the play is made over by the 3rd baseman, Morrissey. As Conklin's retired for the first out of the inning. So 1 pitch, 1 out. And here comes Julian Pastor, the DH. Pastor last game was 1 for 1 with a run scored, a single, and a strikeout. This one is in there for a strike on the inside part of the plate. Good fastball there. As Pastor falls behind 0-1. This one is low and away. Count runs to 1-1 to Pastor. Pastor batting from the bottom of the order, but pretty good hitter here. It's a big-time singles hitter, able to slap it over the hedge, usually towards the middle infield, can spray the ball to all fields, as this one is lined over to shortstop. Easy ground ball, fires over to first. The throw is high and in time, as Pastor's retired for the 2nd out. So 2 quick outs, and that'll send up Joshua Miller here. So tries to start a 2-out rally for the Nationals. Again, things can be done with 2 outs. Both of the Nationals' base hits were with 2 away, and the same thing for the Lightning. All of those runs were scored with 2 outs in the last inning. First pitch is popped up sky high down the right side. Morrissey is there and puts Miller away for the final out of the inning. So that's not what the Nationals needed there, as they're retired 1, 2, 3. No runs on no hits, nobody left on base. At the end of 2.5, it's still a 7-0 deficit for the Nationals with the Lightning coming up. So Justin Rivera is going to take over on the mound, so that'll mean Ricci's day is done. We'll give you his final numbers. Through 2 innings pitched, he surrendered, or rather, 7 runs on 10 hits. All of them were earned. He did not strike out over. And that's going to send Anthony Klitsch over to third base. And Litta's now back in left field. So that's going to be your Nationals defense here. So Mastrangelo going out to talk to Rivera on the mound, and we're getting ready to start the bottom of the third inning. Just like the last inning, it's going to be Teeter, Bremer, and Cardenas as your first 3 batters of this frame. And the Nationals hoping now with the new pitcher Rivera that things go a bit differently. Rivera, another right-handed pitcher for this National squad, throws pretty hard. Also does a good job keeping the ball in the zone. Hopefully, Ricci was able to do that as well, but Rivera looking to hit some more corners as this one is in there at the knees for a strike. Nice pitch there. And he starts off Teeter with an 0-1 count. Last time up, Teeter grounded over to the first baseman Dino for a quick out. As this off-speed pitch, a nice hook there, in there for strike number 2 on the outside corner. Jumps ahead now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Rivera delivers. This one is chopped right back to him. Jumps up to make the play. An easy throw over to first as he retires Teeter for round number 1. So 3 pitches, 1 out. And that'll bring up the number 8 batter, Bremer, the right fielder, who grounded out back to the pitcher in inning number 2. The first pitch is low and away for a ball, and the count 1-0. Rivera loves to live in the strike zone. Doesn't miss a lot of times. He's always around that 60-70% mark. He's falling behind here 1-0, but that one's in there as he fights back quickly, and the count even at 1-1. Rivera knows that he's facing the bottom part of the order, so not afraid to pound the zone, try to navigate around, get his team back up to bat quickly. This one is blocked. A nice block by Mastrangelo. And the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. With 1 away, Rivera delivers. This one is in there on the outside corner. Took something off. That was at 66 miles an hour. And now he's even the count at 2-2. This one is chopped over to the left side. Jimenez can't handle it, and he's going to get over to first off the E6. So now the Nationals having a tough time getting out of their own way here. As what seemed like a routine play over the stop was dropped, and now they gave up a free base runner. They're already trailing 7-0. And he delivers. This off-speed pitch is dribbled foul off the bat of Cardenas. Cardenas, of course, got that rally started with that chop base hit over the head of Friedman, and he ended up coming around the score. He was the first of 5 runs to come in that inning. So Bremer over at first after reaching on the E6. As this off-speed pitch missed upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 count. Harris, he checks back over to first base. Kicks and delivers. This one is chopped over to third, and it goes under Klitsch's glove for a base hit. Cerrone will pick it up, and he cuts it off quickly, so he prevents Bremer from throwing it over in, getting over to third base. So now runners on first and second here with one away. So here comes Jolie. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. And he delivers. This one is just above the belt for a strike. And the count 0-1. There doesn't seem to be much of a weakness here in this Lightning order, as everybody's been able, for the most part, almost everybody's been able to get around on Nationals pitching. Off-speed pitch misses low and away. And the count now even at 1-1. The only three batters without a hit are Burns, Teeter, and Bremer. But Bremer's reached base on an E6. This one misses low. And the count 2 balls and 1 strike. So 1 away. Runners on first and second with the number 10 batter at the plate. Rivera delivers. This one took something off of it, and this one is fouled. Count even at 2-2. So despite throwing a lot of strikes, Rivera is about middle of the road when it comes to striking out guys. Doesn't have that big put-away pitch, but is able to do some weak contact a lot of the time with 2 away. So that off-speed pitch is skied into left field. Cerrone's time. So it's going to be a sacrifice fly from Jolie. As Bremer goes over to third base, and that'll bring up Parker. Parker is 1 for 2 with an RBI, a run scored, and a stolen base. So runners on the corners as Rivera delivers, misses low and in, and the count 1-0. Dino holding the runner, Cardenas over on at first base as he takes an 11-foot lead off the bag. The right-hander deals. This one off speed, misses in. A good block by Mastrangelo. The count now 2 balls and no strikes. And again, it's just been a chip game for this Lightning team. They had a pair of extra base hits in the first inning that scored some runs. But in inning number 2, it was just 5 RBI singles. And he delivers. This one is cut on and foul. The count 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike as Rivera missed low again off 3 straight pitches, and Mastrangelo is going to go out to chat with him. There was nothing more that coaches Gibbs and Bravetti would like than to get out of this inning without any runs and give their offense a chance to try to chip away at the 7-0 deficit. As we saw in the last game, there's an 8-run mercy after 5 innings. So he checks over at first base. Not in time. So the Nationals like to get a couple runs on the board to try to prevent that from happening to them after they just did it in the last game. 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 away. Runners on the corners for the Lightning as Rivera goes over to first base, not in time. Right-hander looks in, kicks, and fires. That breaking pitch missed upstairs. They're going to say foul tipped it into the glove. And the count now 2-2. That was a great pitch by Rivera up in the zone with the off-speed. Parker looked completely fooled on that one. Deuces wild in the bottom of the third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rivera kicks and delivers another off-speed. This one lined into center field. Over his head, and it dunks through. That's going to score a pair of runs. This one rolls all the way to the warning track as he's going to round second and head to third. They're going to hold him there as the cutoff gets over in there, but it's a 2 RBI triple for Parker, and now it's a 9-0 Lightning lead. So those line drives to straightaway center are pretty tough to read, but he made the mistake of making that first step in. and it ends up over his glove. Coach Bravetti, irate about something. So Coach Bravetti arguing with the umpire about something. I'm not 100% sure what it could be. The umpire trying to calm him down here, so heads back over into the dugout. He's going to sit down. So I'm not 100% sure what he was talking about. Maybe he thought somebody missed a bag or something, but I guess we won't know until after the game. So now 2 runs in off of Rivera. It's a 9-0 lead, and now that'll bring up Hudson, the center fielder. He's 2 for 2 with an RBI and a pair of runs scored. He also has a double. This one is in there for a strike, breaking pitch over the heart of the plate, and the count 0-1. Rivera was 1 strike away from getting out of the inning, but then hung one that ended up in center field as this one is slapped through the hole on the right side for a base hit. DeLitta cuts it off, and now it's an RBI single for Hudson, and it's now a 10-0 Lightning lead. So Saratoga having their way with Nationals pitching. So that'll bring up DeShane for the 3rd time in 3 innings. He's 1 for 1 with a pair of RBI and a pair of runs scored. So Rivera kicks and delivers. This one off speed over the outside part of the plate for a strike. And the count 0-1. So I have some updates from Major League Baseball. The Boston Red Sox have acquired starting pitcher Andrew Kashner from the Baltimore Orioles for a pair of minor leagues. Boston looking for that rental starter to help push them over. The snap throw over to first just allows the runner to advance over to second base. So, and now DeShane in position here to drive us to the big left-handed batter. Misses low. As he loses his advantage in the count here. There's 2 outs here. The runner on second base, the lefty at the plate, the number 3 hitter. As this one misses low and away for a ball way off the plate. Rivera looks in, steps back off to regroup himself. And he deals off speed. This one misses upstairs, and he walked him. A tough afternoon here for the Nationals. As they now trail 10-0, and they can't seem to get out of this 3rd inning either. So I'll send it Morrissey to third base when he's 1 for 2 with a base hit and an RBI. Rivera steps off and checks on the runner over at second base. They're going to need a lot of offense over the next couple innings to stay alive in this one. If this tournament is typical, the runner takes off for third. Mastrangelo fires. Klitsch trying to block it as the double steal works to perfection. So now 2 in scoring position here. So what I was saying before is this tournament works the same as many others do. There's going to be a 10-run mercy rule after 4, so the Nationals will really want to tack some runs on the board in the next inning. They're going to have their 2, 3, and 4 batters coming up, but they got to stop the bleeding now. As this off-speed pitch missed way upstairs for a ball. And the count now 2-0 to Morrissey. Right-hander deals. This one is popped up. This could end the inning. It's in shallow right field. Friedman camps under it and puts it away for the final out of the inning. But another inning and another 3 runs for the Lightning as they score 3 runs on 3 hits, leave 2 men on base. And at the end of 3 innings, it is a Lightning lead. Have to chip away here to stay alive. So New Jersey is going to send up Michael Mastrangelo, Justin Rivera, and Brian Dino to the plate. 3 of the better hitters on this squad to try to climb back in and make this a ball game. So new pitcher now in. It's going to be Teeter. And we'll give you the final numbers over on Burns. So Burns threw 3 innings, didn't allow a run, and only surrendered 2 hits. He also didn't walk a batter, and he struck out 1 national. So a very, very good outing through 3 innings for Burns, and now he's going to turn it over to Teeter. So that's going to move. It's just going to be a straight switch. So Burns is going to move over to second base as Teeter takes over at the mound. As the Nationals base coaches are going out, they need to score a run here, or else the game is probably going to end. So here we go, top of the 4th inning. The catcher, Michael Mastrangelo, steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. That happened way back in the 1st inning. New Jersey needs to get the bats going here. And the right-hander Teeter delivers, misses up and away for a ball. And the count 1-0. The one saving grace that could be happening for the Nationals here is the fact that Burns is out of the game. They were barely able to get anything done against him. Jolie's glove, he's going to send it back over and get a different catcher's glove. So he swaps the leather one over for the darker leather, and he's ready to go. Not quite sure what happened to it. Probably popped a string or something. So the first pitch to Mastrangelo was a ball up and away. So it's going to be 1 ball, no strikes. As the right-hander delivers, this one misses upstairs again. The count 2-0. Mastrangelo doesn't have to try to do too much here. Just get on base and try to keep passing that baton over. The 2-0 pitch, this one bounces. And the count now 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes to the number 2 batter, the leadoff hitter of the inning. As Justin Rivera waits on deck. Rivera is one of the 2 hits so far for the Nationals in this game. Here comes the 3-0, and the get me over pitch gets over, and it's now 3-1. And it looks like the radar gun down on the field, it said low. It didn't even say what the speed was that time around. But this one misses low. I was at 73 miles an hour. Mastrangelo works himself a leadoff walk for the third base runner of the ball game for New Jersey. So with that, that's going to send up Justin Rivera. He's 1 for 1 with a base hit. He also worked the count full. So good batter to come up here for New Jersey, as he's going to try to help himself here after surrendering those 3 runs in the last inning. Right-hander deals, and this one is swung on and popped up in foul territory. The first baseman, it's going to range over, but it's going to go over his team's dugout on the first base side for a strike, and the count 0-1. So they're almost out of baseballs out there on the field. And the right-hander delivers. This one is chopped over to short, could be 2. Picked up by Dennis, flips over to second, and goes over his glove. The Nationals catch a break. So Mastrangelo over there to second base on the East 6. As Rivera also reaches on that same error. So, again, the Nationals catching a big break there. As Brian Dino steps to the plate with a chance to do some damage here. He's got a runner in scoring position. Dino is 1 for 1 with the base hit. That happened in the first inning. As Teeter misses away for a ball in the count 1-0. We've seen some big comebacks before. The Nationals actually in their first game were leading 5-0 and then lost to 11-5. So stranger things have happened here. They're trailing 10-0, but they have no outs and 2 aboard. This one low and away again to the Nationals cleanup hitter. And couldn't really ask for a much better situation here if they're trying to catch up here. It's a 2-0 count with 2 in scoring position, nobody out. Right-hander deals and misses away again, and count now 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Wonder if he's got the green light here with such a big deficit. And he doesn't, as that one was right over the heart of the plate for a strike. You count 3-1. So now the restrictions are off, and he's all set and ready to go. The right-hander delivers the 3-1. This one is grounded over to short, so they'll try it again. He smothers this one, gets it over to second for 1. Unable to turn it as a nice hard slide by Rivera prevents the throw. So Dino over on the fielder's choice. And now runners on the corners with 1 away. So Mastrangelo moves from second to third, and Dino gets to first base. Rivera's out on second on the 6-4 fielder's choice. That'll bring up Santiago Jimenez. Jimenez is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He had a chance to give the Nationals a lead in the top of the first inning, but struck out with the 2 men on base. And the right-hander deals. This one misses up and away for a ball. And the count 1-0 to Jimenez. If Jimenez can get that barrel of his on the ball, he can probably knock in a pair of runs. And Teeter delivers, misses low, and the count 2-0. Teeter does not appear to have the same control as his predecessor Burns had, but he still had similar results so far. Over to him. So far, no runs allowed. This one is skied foul down the right side, now to play. And again, now 2-1. Jimenez maintains the advantage. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners on the corner here. Dino's over at first base with Mastrangelo over at third, 90 feet from home. Here comes the pitch. This one is lined into right field. Can it stay fair? It doesn't. It hooks foul. So Jimenez making some solid contact, but couldn't straighten it out. At the top of the 4th inning. Or rather, they are not. There's just 1 out. So 1 out, runners on the corners. 1 out, 2-2 count. The number 5 batter, Jimenez. And he delivers, misses low and away, and the count's full at 3-2. Gino, not a ton of speed over there at first base. Wouldn't expect to see him off and running, even with the full count. And here comes the payoff pitch. And he misses low below his knees, and Jimenez works himself a walk. And a big opportunity here for Anthony Sterone to try to knock in a couple runs for his team. So Lightning coach going out to talk to his young right-hander after he's allowed more base runners than Burns allowed in just those 3 innings of work that he had. So it's a 10-0 ball game, but the Nationals have 3 men on base here with 1 out. And Sterone, who's an excellent singles hitter at the plate. So at the very least, you'd think he'd be able to knock in 1 run here. Nationals are hoping for 2 and then try to keep this one moving along. New Jersey's just not hitting the ball the same way that they were last game. They're getting too far under it or way too far on top of it, not squaring the ball as well as they did in last game's 8-0 victory. Try to see if Sterone can knock in the first run of the game as he swings and misses at that one. That one was low and away. And he falls behind 0-1. Teeter probably going to keep a lot of pitches low here with the middle infield playing back, going for that double play. This one is grounded foul, and he's behind 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Cerrone is 0-for-1 with a fly out to center. The right-hander pauses and deals, misses up and away to the short Cerrone. And it's now 1-2 count. Teeter with a big pitch here, 1-2. Swung on, this one is grounded over to first. He's going to tap the bag for the first out, but it's going to be an RBI ground out for Cerrone, and it's now a 10-1 ball game. So Cerrone out at the 3 unassisted. Mastrangelo comes around to score, so there's not going to be, at least at the end of this half inning, no mercy rule enacted as their Nationals are now just down 9 instead of 10. So all the runners advance as Dino moves over to third, Jimenez over to second base, and that'll bring up Anthony Klitsch with 2 in scoring position. This is where he thrives, though. And this one is upstairs, misses for a ball, and the count 1-0. What happens with Klitsch is he oftentimes will not see a strike until the middle of the count, and he's so good with runners in scoring position, he's able to take advantage of those strikes over the plate. As this one is low, and the count now 2-0, so something brewing here perhaps for the Nationals. 2 balls, no strikes with 2 away. Right in the gut, and the bases are now loaded again. So after plunk time for him, he had his first hit of the summer. First pitch with the bases loaded is in there for a strike on the outside corner at the knees, and the count 0-1. The Nationals trailing 10-1 as they're able to push one across. Got ground out by Anthony Cerrone. Trying to do some more damage here with 2 away and 3 on base. Scores Dino. Jimenez will score. The runner's going to hold over at third base, but 2 in as Friedman knocks in a pair off the E9, and it is now a 10-3 ball game. So Klitsch moves over from first to third. And the count 1-1. So the Nationals not done yet, as they've gotten all 3 runs they allowed last inning back. And they're trying to tack on here with 2 in scoring position. Conklin fouls this one away and falls behind 0-2. Klitsch at third with Friedman at second base. This one bounces and wastes one there with the 0-2, and it's now 1-2. Conklin's batted all over the lineup for the Nationals, moving between the top and bottom parts of the order, but he's let off for a reason a couple times. He does get on base, so we can do some damage here. The 1-2 is caught on and missed, strike 3, so that'll do it. But the Nationals score 3 runs on no hits, shockingly, and 2 men left on base. At the end of 3.5, it is a 10-3 Lightning lead, and Saratoga's coming back to bat. So now if Saratoga can tack on 3 runs and get all those back, they can mercy rule the Nationals, but Justin Rivera's got some other ideas here. So he comes back to the mound. So he's taking his warm-up tosses and getting ready to start the bottom of the 4th inning. And 6:05 here in Smithfield, Rhode Island. Right here at Bryant University is County Park. It's blazing hot out here. It is a hot July day. We are indeed in the dog days of summer. It's not even August. As we're wishing all of our friends down in New Orleans well with Tropical Storm Barry making some landfall down there. So we're hoping everyone's all right. No matter how bad our weather is up here with the heat, it's not as good over there. So Rivera threw a lot of strikes last inning, much like Ricci did, and surrendered a bunch of runs as well. The Nationals are going to try to get through their first defensive inning without allowing a run to come across. As it's going to be Ott, Burns, and Teeter all coming to the plate. Ott is 2 for 2 with a triple and a pair of RBI. So Rivera looking in against the number 5 batter of the Lightning, as this one is right down the pipeline for a strike count on 1. Now, this could be a soft spot in the order for this team. So while Ott is 1 for 1, Burns and Teeter are combined 0 for 4. And I meant to say Ott was 2 for 2. This one misses low and away for a ball. And count 1 ball, 1 strike. One count here, and he deals. This one is chopped over to third, and it goes down the line in there for a base hit. Ricci unable to make the play. This one's going to roll way back there. It's picked up by Pastor as he fires it in, and it's a leadoff double for Ott, run away from the cycle. Puts himself in scoring position here with nobody away. So Dante Ricci is moved third base. Burns is 0 for 2 with a ground out to second base and a fly out to right. So Pastor is over there in left field. This one is blocked in front of the plate. Mastrangelo can't find it, but he picks it up in time, so the runner unable to advance. And the count 1-1 to Burns. One ball, 1 strike, he deals. Off speed, this one's chopped up the middle. Jimenez picks it up and takes a rough hop and gets into center for a base hit. So Burns erases that 0 from his scorecard when it comes to hitting. And he's now 1 for 3 as he collects a base hit. So time called, and Coach Pavetti now coming out to chat with Rivera. Rivera has not recorded plus. So he's trying to see what's up here with his team in the field. This infield has taken a lot of crazy hops. We saw one bounce over Dino's glove. We saw one go sky high over Friedman's at second. And now this time Jimenez the victim as it hops over his glove. A tough play over at shortstop. Of course, a lot of this can be resolved. What you do with those tough hops in the field is you've got to just run in and try to play the ball before it ends up playing you. It looks like Klitsch is going to take over behind the plate as he's trying to throw some gear on. As Mastrangelo is helping him put everything on. It looks like so Brian Dino is now up on the mound. He threw 5 innings in the last game. I don't think they're going to sub Rivera out here. I think they're just subbing the pitchers. Rather the catchers. Making some adjustments to the equipment, and so we're in a lull here, but it's a 10-3 ball game. The Nationals were able to score 3 in their half of the 4th inning after the Lightning scored 2, 5, and 3 in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd innings, respectively. And they have a chance to do some more damage here with runners on the corners and nobody out. So Klitsch now ready to take over behind the plate for Mastrangelo. As an unusual situation here, a substitute of the catcher in the middle of an inning, but I guess there might have been something going on. So Klitsch going over the signs again real quick, and that's going to send up Teeter, the pitcher. Teeter is 0 for 2 with a ground out to third and a ground out to the pitcher. Chance to do some damage here. Runners on the corners. This one misses low for a ball. Good block by Klitsch. They run there. And the count 1-0. At 90 feet from home, represents the potential 11th run. And Burns for a potential 12th run with the mercy rule run now at the plate. This one is slapped foul and out of play down the left side. Peter somehow hits a home run, whether over the fence or inside the park. The game could effectively end. So Rivera trying to prevent that from happening. The Nationals have only had one inning so far where they've allowed under three runs in this game. As this one drops in there, misses low for a ball, and the count's 2-1. Two balls, one strike to the left-handed batting Teeter. And Rivera delivers, and look out, misses behind him. Ott read that one all the way as he comes across the score on the wild pitch. And now it's an 11-3 lead. So the Lightning striking for the 11th time as they get in. Burns moves over off the wild pitch from first to second base. And now Teeter facing a 3-1 count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from the right-hander. Misses low and in, and it's another walk. So it's continuing to get ugly here at Bryant University, and now here comes Bremer. Bremer is 0 for 2 with a run scored. He reached on an error over in the third. So an extra base hit could win the ball game here. Rivera checks on the runner at second base, does the double take, kicks and fires. This one misses low. Klitsch blocks it. And the count 1-0 to Bremer. I don't know if it's the heat or what it is, but the Nationals pitching and hitting has just completely died off here in game number 3, game number 2 today. As this one misses low again, and the count 2-0 to Bremer. And it's strange because two guys that are usually strike throw machines, guys that are usually able to move through lineups, Rivera and Ricci, struggling here, and Rhode Island. This one misses inside to Bremer, and the count now 3-0. It's definitely something you do not often see out of this National 16U squad, but it's happening right now. They'll have to really make some fantastic plays if we're coming back in this one. This one over the plate for a strike, so he gets that get me over fastball in there, and the count now 3-1. Microphone dropped out. 3 balls, 1 strike, with runners on first and second base. Right-hander deals. This one over the plate and dribbled foul. Runs the count to 3-2. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. As officially Rivera's thrown 1+ innings pitched. Checks back over at second base. And the payoff pitch, here it comes. Swung on, grounded right back up the middle. See if they can turn 2. Friedman takes himself for 1. Fires over to first for the double play. Good job by Friedman there. As Bremer grounds into the 4-4-3 double play. That moves Burns over to by trying to keep it down, still out of the range of the mercy rule. So that's the end of Cardenas. Cardenas is 1 for 1. This one is 1 for 2, excuse me. This one's in there for a strike. Let's try this for a third time. Take 3. Cardenas is 2 for 2 with a pair of runs scored. There we go. I'm adjusting to looking at the book. I've been used to looking at the tablet that spells it out. As this one misses. Klitsch blocks it. And I got some help from the umpire there as he shakes off his hand. So the umpire might have saved a run for the Nationals. And it's now 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike. With Burns over at third base, it's an 11-3 Lightning lead over the Nationals as the umpire is still trying to shake off that right hand of his. And he delivers. Off speed, misses upstairs, and the count now 2-1. Bottom 4, 11-3 ball game. Nationals already let a run in this time. Still have yet to have a defensive inning without allowing somebody to come across. As this one misses low, and the count 3-1. So another 3-1 count. So the third batter in a row. He deals. This one is slapped right back to the mound. Bear can just throw over to first and puts him away for the final out of the inning. So the Nationals able to get out of it with just limited damage, but the lightning strike again, scoring 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1 man aboard. And at the end of 4, it's an 11-3 ball game with the Nationals coming to bat. So I've just been informed by somebody of the tournament staff. The Nationals do have to have a chance to hit. So they are trailing by 8 in the 5th. They have to at least push 1 run across to stay alive in this game. They're able to knock in 3 to stay alive in the last inning. Teeter's going to go out for a second inning of work. So Teeter surrendered 3 runs in the last inning, trying to come out. He's going to face off against the 10-1-2 batters from the Nationals. Orders is going to be Conklin, or rather, no, it's going to be Pastor, Miller, Mastrangelo all coming up for New Jersey. The Nationals trailing by 8. Not insurmountable, but definitely not going to be an easy task here. So I just got a shout out from Coach Bravetti as he's confirming the score from the umpire there. So it is an 11-3 ball game. At least that's what I got.
Yep.
And that's what the tournament staff has too. So it must be 11-3. So once again, if the Nationals don't score, they lose the game. But if they can muster a couple of hits, at least get 1 across, they can stay alive here. So I'll be up to one upstairs for a ball. And they count 1-0. The best thing that they can do here, not try to do anything too big. Just try to slap some singles, work some long at-bats, and try to climb back into this one as Pastor takes this one in to hit. But he allowed those 3 runs off of some fielders and some walks. Is this one in their first strike? And Pastor now falls behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. They definitely need this leadoff man to get aboard. The 1-2 misses the low and away. Nice take there in the count 2-2. 2-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. And this one low and away again. As he took something off that one that time, 86 miles an hour. Or 86, 68 miles an hour. Much better. If he was taking something off at 86, he wouldn't be pitching here. Count runs full, 3-2, and Pastor swings and misses on the off-speed pitch, and he's down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So carrying over to the last inning, that's back-to-back strikeouts now from Teeter, and he'll face the top of the order here in Miller. Miller is 0 for 2, the pair of flyouts, both pulled, one to the left fielder and the other one over to the third baseman. The right-hander deals. Miller hits this one the other way, right to the first baseman. Ott picks it up and steps on the bag. The Nationals 1 out away from a very disappointing finish here in game number 3, game number 2 of this afternoon. So that'll bring up Michael Mastrangelo as the Nationals are down to their final out. And Teeter winds and fires. This one is grounded sharply but fouled down the left side. And the count now 0-1. Mastrangelo on the day is 0 for 1 with a walk. He also scored a run and advanced to second on E6 during that time. And as the right-hander deals, this hook misses inside. And the count 1-1 to Mastrangelo. On the full day, Mastrangelo is 1 for 4 with a pair of runs scored, an RBI single, and a steal. As this one is low as well, and he jumps ahead in the count 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. And he delivers. This one clips the outside corner. The Nationals down to their final strike. So Deuce's wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 22 on the back of Mastrangelo's jersey. And the right-hander deals. This one misses low and away with the off-speed, and the count now runs full. (11-3) Lightning lead. They have the 8-run lead necessary to win the ball game as Mastrangelo swings and misses, and that'll do it here. So the Nationals down in order, no runs on no hits, nobody left on base, and this game will end after 4.5 innings with the final score 11-3. So we'll spin things around for you and give you a quick little post-game show for you. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Definitely not the result the Nationals were looking for as they're on the field shaking hands here. An 11-3 loss here. They were able to stay alive. They showed some heart over in the 4th inning where they collected 3 runs to stay alive and, not force the hand of the opponent. They didn't get the mercy rule here. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. We almost broke our record for total viewers and listeners. The record is still, I believe it was the final game, yes, of the 14U team. They had 20 total. That was all audio, but because we had the option for your video today, we thank everybody for tuning in. So once again, the final score, Saratoga Lightning 11, New Jersey Nationals 3. The Nationals now dropped to 1-2, and the run differential now at -6 as they lost this one by 8. So they dropped down to 1-2, and it's looking a little unlikely that they're going to play on Monday. But they have a pair of games tomorrow, so they can jump 2, 3-2 if possible. They'll play those 2 games. I will not be here as I'll have my graduation party tomorrow. But we're wishing the Nationals the best of luck moving forward the rest of this Boston tournament. Your National of the game is actually going to be Ben Friedman, who knocked in a pair of runs off that E9. He hit that fly ball with some runners in scoring position to bring a couple of runs in. The win for the game will go over to Burns, and the loss is going to be handed over to Dante Ricci. And that'll do it here from Smithfield, Rhode Island. So thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Our next broadcast is probably going to be Friday for the 18U have the game at 6 o'clock. Let me double check. I believe that is against Montclair, and it is. That's going to be over at Mountain Ave Field. Always a challenge to broadcast there, and a lot of internet connection. But that's what we got for you so far. The next 16U broadcast will be over in Hartford, Connecticut, so don't miss that. That's going to be that Trinity College tournament. Once again, my name is Zach Smolin. Final score, the New Jersey Nationals 3 and the Saratoga Lightning 11, and that'll wrap things up here in Rhode Island. We thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.